unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Back to Mixon on 1st down. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Boyd. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he is going to have the Bengals 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. First down. Burrow looking to pass. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble, bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. On the move past the 40. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The lines move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throw left side complete. That's Williams. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in 3rd in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be 1st because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And the delivered there is that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set him up with a 1st and goal.
And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Back to throw here, Herbert. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Chargers have answered that early field goal to take a 1st quarter lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was Keenan Allen who finished it all off with the touchdown reception. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here we go. The Bengals drive about to get going. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, if you don't go, they'll take it.
After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Play action. It's Burrow. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. Burrow will throw. Open man is Chase, complete. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. Looking to throw again on second down. Burrow to the right side and complete to Hurst. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 42. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Over the middle, complete. It's Boyd. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And he's out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 40 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. Here we go. So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now it's Burrow. Touchdown! Jamar Chase on the touchdown throw from Joe Burrow. And the Bengals are able to move back in front. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. Fields it right around the goal line. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. He'll buy some time right. His throw is incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Herbert off of play action. Out to his left. Going deep here for Allen. And it's knocked away and incomplete. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep, Trent Taylor. Fielded just inside the 20. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, trying to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. That one goes for 24 yards. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow buying time to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Burrow toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another 1st. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Again, it's Burrow. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. That's the tight end Hurst with it. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Dancing to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Certainly not the way they drew it in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he's got it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Hayden Hurst, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He sets to fire deep. And that's caught inside the 35. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
And it's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Keenan Allen with a touchdown reception from Justin Herbert. And the Chargers are able to come into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Extra point splits the uprights. And it leads down to a field goal at 17-14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here we go. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Chargers getting ready to go here to start this third quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. On second down, here's Mixon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. A chance of wasting this great starting field position. A real threat. This is third and long. Now it's Burrow. This goes out wide from Mixon. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. So on fourth down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. McPherson's kick is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. So the offense back out now, coming off its first interception of the game the last time out, trying to reestablish some momentum here, Charles. But they're trailing defensively. Maybe these guys smelling the blood in the water a little bit.
Yeah, I think that they probably are. But what they need to do right now is just make sure they don't force the action too much themselves. They've got them on the run a little bit. You just want to be in a position where if they make another mistake, you're there to capitalize on it and take it away from them.
To throw on second and 10. Herbert. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought He had first-round ability, but when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and it shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Burrow, a quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Mixon with a first down carry. And this time they were waiting for it as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's Burrow. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. An extra quarterback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Looking to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
McPherson's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. If you think about it, that's a pretty important second-half field goal, Charles. That now stretches this to 2 possessions and really kind of ratchets up the pressure on that opposing sideline.
It certainly does, because that interception and adding a field goal to it, that puts them in firm control of this game right now. They're about one more big stop from putting this thing absolutely out of reach.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Herbert going to keep it on the sneak. And he is going to have the Chargers first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And they do get him out of bounds finally, but the damage is done. A big hitter on what proves to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
On 2nd and goal, Herbert. His pass caught at the 4. Touchdown! Mike Williams on the touchdown throw from Justin Herbert. And the Chargers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there. They went right down the field and worked their way to the end zone.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, remember the 4-minute offense is just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
This is a counter play. Eckler, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Score that tackle for loss to the Wyoming alumnus, Logan Wilson. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. That is caught. It's Williams. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Herbert's going to keep it on his sneak. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Justin Herbert scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Chargers have taken a fourth quarter lead.
There it is, partner. You see it. 4 fingers. What does that mean?
That signifies the fourth quarters here.
That's right. Who's going to dominate? Usually both teams are holding them up. We own the fourth quarter, but we found out so far 2 touchdowns in here, and now they've taken the lead.
Second one putting them in front. You know what I see on the other sideline, though? It seems like they've tensed up. Had that lead, they were playing not to lose it, and they've lost it.
That's a great observation. When you play not to lose, you usually don't win.
Now, though, they'll have the opportunity to respond. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. A lot of bodies there in the middle of the field, and that one intercepted.
Yeah, he's looking for his tight end running a drag route across the field. And normally, you'd like him to work a little bit further outside. Here, the throw's a little early, and it winds up in the hands of the defender.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. This is caught and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal. Now it's Herbert. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Chargers are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over. And here a late turnover leads to a fourth quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And out now, here come the Bengals. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
11 mighty, 11 empty, 11.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. Quick slant caught by Chase. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Derwin James with a pick.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. With the late lead, Herbert's going to throw it.
Open man is Palmer. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Out of the gun, Herbert. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Chargers are going to have it here just past the 25.
Holding. Defense.
So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT.
Here we go.
Burrow. Complete to Boyd.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
Burrow.
They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's third down. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
To throw, Burrow.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
That means there's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Here we go. It's Burrow on fourth down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They're going to pass here with Herbert. And this is caught by Williams. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10.
Herbert.
It's caught by his running back, Austin Eckler.
Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown.
Austin Eckler
taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Chargers have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter. Not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but The self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Touchdown, Bengals. T. Higgins, 69 yards. And the Bengals have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Herbert to a knee, and that should just about write it into this one.